If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is very uncomfortable. I've learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can get that in your head, everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. You can't name one thing he didn't pull you through. Well, I lost my mother. I'm still grieving over that. I lost my mama 21 years ago. I still grieve over it, but I'm here. You know, I got through it. You're going to get through it. But you got to take chance in life, man. Can't play it safe, y'all. You got to jump. You got to go for it.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. Embrace it, because it's inevitable. And I should know. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought. Except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter, because there's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you. You could have brought us to life. And now we have to go to the grave together. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. The question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have?
Last one, secure the next generation. Have you noticed that every fruit got seed in it? Every fruit got seed in it because the fruit must maintain the future. That's my whole life. My whole life is to help people better than me. That's why I teach you so much. I want you to be great people. 10 keys to success. How to release your purpose. Number 1, you must first understand your destiny. Number 2, you must have a vision of your gift. See the finished product. Number 3, believe you have the ability to fulfill it. Number 4, you must live by the laws that protect that gift. We call them principles. Number 5, you must have a plan laid out to go toward your gift.
Inspiring habits.
Number 6, you must have the right people around you, because there's some gift killers. Gift killers. There's some folks who are suffocators. Because they fail, they want you to fail. They ain't going nowhere, and they want to take you with them. You got to be careful with the people you have in your life. And number 8, persistence. You got to handle the pressure to go after your gift, because you live in a culture that doesn't want you to manifest your gift. The beautiful thing is, when you manifest it, then all of a sudden they become your friend, because they want to eat your gift. Number 9, you must persevere to bring forth your gift, because you will always have resistance and opposition, discouragement, failures, but you got to keep coming back. And number 10, you must pray over your gift every day. Pray to the one who gave it to you to give you wisdom to manifest it. I pray every day about my gift. You pray for your purpose. Don't pray for food. Don't pray for clothing. You want to pray for your role in God's kingdom, your delivery system, what you're supposed to bring to this thing. That's what you pray for. Oh God, show me how to do it. Revive it, refine it, define it for me. Keep it fresh, Lord. Let me see this purpose. That's what I pray for.
The best things in life is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of fear. But fear freezes people, man. The fear of failure freezes people. Suppose I don't do it. If you don't do it, you might not make it. That's a for sure. So that's just my opinion. That's probably not what most people share, but your dream, man, it's what you dream about. You got to dream about something so big that it dwarfs all your fears. The way you overcome fear is with your dream. You got to make your dream so big that nothing matters except that dream. You're willing to do everything that's necessary.
Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas, to not only take risks, but to be open to life, to accept new views, and to be open to new opinions, even though you're scared stiff. While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding, because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you.
Know your purpose, believe your assignment, document your vision, put it on paper. You were sent to earth to release your hidden potential. Hold a mango seed in your hand and see a mango. That's what vision is. You see the end result. Do that with your life. Submit to the right environment. Even though you see the mango in the seed, you got to plant that seed in the ground and give it water and give it nutrients. Your greatness could be destroyed by a wrong environment. The books you read, the people you are with, the places you go, the church you attend, all relate to what you become. Feed on the right materials. When you put that fertilizer on that seed gets happy. What are you fertilizing your life with? You spend 5 hours watching LMN. I mean, what are you feeding your vision? What are you feeding your gift? You go out with this in different clubs and all this stuff. God is saying, what are you doing? What are you feeding your gift? Give your gift time to develop. You'll never get mangoes from a mango seed in a day. Go through the process. Persist under pressure. When you plant that seed in the ground, all the pressure, the earth is on top of that. But the pressure is important for the seed. The pressure of your life tests the reality of your gift. Whatever stops you is how strong you are.
Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward.
Your gift is supposed to produce more seed. You should be mentoring people all the time to become greater than you. Produce others who will do great things. Serve your gift to the world. Then you are a great seed. Fish came from the water, they got to stay attached. You came out of God. Don't try to fulfill your gift without God.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. You're welcome to today's market review with Great White FX Academy. If you can hear me clearly, please, can you type in yes? If you can hear me clearly, please, can you type in yes? If you can hear me clearly, please type in yes. So, okay. So before we start, I would like you to go through this disclaimer. You go through it. If you have any questions, this is my Telegram handle. This is my Twitter handle. I'll be glad to answer. Be glad to answer any of your questions. So let's start off with what we have today. So today, as always, we'll start off with the fundamental news outlook for the day. So tomorrow being 20th, at 2:30 a.m. local time, we have a monetary policy meeting minutes by 2:30 a.m. We have it by 2:30 a.m. Then basically no other major news, no other high impact news. All these are just medium impact until probably Wednesday. But we should bear in mind Wednesday, that's day after tomorrow, we have FOMC. The market has the ability. The market has the ability to, especially with the dollar index, it has the ability to start drawing down a bit towards FOMC. So we need to bear that in mind. So that out of the way, we need to get down to our chart to see what we have for today. So as always, we're going to start with the dollar index. So as our opening pair, we look at the dollar index to get an idea. So looking at the dollar index, looking at it from a daily point of view, we could say the dollar index is still looking bullish, probably running up to test this high. Probably running up to test that high. So probably running up to test this high or this area. So let me go now to my intraday chart to see how I look at the dollar index. So for now, the dollar index is just into a zone that I have marked out. Excuse me. The dollar index is into a zone that I have marked out. So this is more like a kind of obstacle. I wouldn't call it, it's a resistance zone. If price is not able to break above here, there's a tendency it might come down towards 98.13. So if price stays above 98.13, there's a potential it may still move higher. That's to any of these noted zones above. But should price drop below 98.13, then it's looking towards this zone. We may see price, we may see price drop into this zone. We may see price drop into this zone and bounce. We may see price bounce from here. If here doesn't hold price, then we may see price move lower. So these are just some of the levels on the dollar index. But for now, the dollar index is in a not move and it's still looking pretty bullish. So what you might be looking out for is opportunities to go long. This is an uptrend, if you get the downswing in this uptrend, you look to take long positions because for now, it is still very, very bullish. So the next we'll be looking at is gold. So let's see what gold is all about. So looking at gold, well, gold seems to be closing a bit bearish today because most times, not all the time, when you have a bullish dollar, it's in rare cases that you have a bullish gold. They go opposite directions, but not all the time. So if we look at gold now on our intraday chart, gold has a kind of resistance at this area. This is gold support, you can see. So gold needs to come down to this 1488 or 0.46 area. It needs to come down to that area before we can think of bouncing. But if it goes below here, then the next support comes in at 1.1474. That will be its next area of support. So the next pair we'll be looking at, for now, gold is in a sideways movement, as you can see. If we look at it from the daily, it's still looking bullish. So you might see a bit of a range. You might say this is a kind of a flag of sorts, a kind of flag, but it's bullish, but for now it's ranging. So the best thing is, this is the top range and this is the low range. You just play accordingly. If price comes down here and gives you a bullish signal, you can take it towards this area. So that's just the scenario for gold. So the next one we're looking at is the USDCHF. So looking at the USDCHF, well, looking at the USDCHF from the daily point of view, well, it's still looking pretty bullish. You can see it's attacking this area here. You see price broke here. So probably now the question is it about to break above this area, or is this a retest of this area that has been broken? So that's what we cannot say for sure. We can't say for sure until tomorrow. So how do we go about it? That area is sitting here. So now the only thing that will tell us that that area, if this area has held as resistance, is if we see price go below 0.9767. That's what you'll be seeing. What you'll be waiting out for here is something like break that trend line, retest, and move lower. Then we can then say to an extent that this is a retest of this area of the daily. But should you see a move above here, you wait for a pullback and then you move into this area. So that's the scenario on the USDCHF. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the EURUSD. Looking at the EURUSD from the daily point of view, well, seems to be coming back down to test this low. Seems to be coming back down to test this low. We can't say for sure. Seems to be coming back down to test this low. So how do we play this out on our intraday chart? So if we look at the EURUSD, the EURUSD is sitting at what appears to be a support level. So now, should this area hold as support, excuse me, we may see the EURUSD move higher. Should this area where price is currently now, should it hold as support, we may see the EURUSD move higher. Or should they get a close below here, retest this area, then you might see a move lower. Then you will then see price challenging this low. We'll then see price challenging this low. Do you understand? We then see price challenging this low. But for now, one thing is for sure is that if you're looking at this EURUSD, it seems to be in a downtrend. That's just where it seems to be. It seems to just be in a downtrend. There is no, so what you might just be looking for is upswings in a downtrend to sell. So you'll just be looking for any pullback. If it gives you a bearish signal, then you take a short position down. But for now, this pair is in a downward trend, probably to test this low. And like I said, they always have this kind of funny scenario before FOMC. So you need to be aware of that. So looking at the EURGBP, if we look at the EURGBP, we might say, you see this area here, price is still above it. So now the question is, will price come down to test 1999? 1999, will price come back to test it? Will price come down to test it? So we go down to our intraday chart. We go down to our intraday chart, then that area is coming in somewhere here. You see price has already hit this area through. So now the question is, should price close below here? It has another support here. Then before all these levels down. So now the question is, what would they do? I can't say. Can basically say. Because one thing with the EURGBP is that it can be pretty mischievous. Pretty mischievous. It has a mind of its own sometimes. So the best thing on this pair is either to wait for it at this support here, because you can see first touch, second touch, or you wait to see what happens here. That's just it. Just wait to see what happens. There's nothing else you can do. So that, because this pair, sometimes it's not always straightforward. So the next pair I'll be looking at is the GBPUSD. Looking at the GBPUSD, well, price has finally closed above this 1.2111. You can see it's using it as support now. So we go down to our intraday chart. Go down to intraday chart, as you can see, it's finding support here. It's finding support here. That's where it's finding support for now. So now the question is, what is the next game plan? One thing for sure is, as long as price stays above 1.2050 as this last level, it will still go back up. As you can see, this falling trend line has been broken. This is like a retest of the trend line, and also this level here, 1.2109. So if this 1.2109 holds upon a second retest, price may move higher. Price may move higher. So that's just the scenario for now. So this is your first level of resistance at this area, 1.2183, and this is the second resistance structure between 1.2213 to 1.2249. And so that's the scenario we have on the GBPUSD. So the GBPUSD is still bearish, but it's trying to, and it's in a sort of a pullback. Now the question is, the pullback to where? Will it be to this previous high? If you look to the left, like I said, this is a support structure from the weekly. It tested it and it has moved back above it. So you see this level I'm talking of is this low here, and that is at 1.2111. So as long as it stays above here, it might still move up. And if it's moving up to where? Either here, this high, or this level. So, but for now, this has already cleared that level. So we just need to bear that in mind. We have a rising support trend line from here. So now we can categorically say, as long as this trend line is not broken to the downside, price may continue to move to the upside, challenging either this resistance or this one. So the next one we're looking at is the GBPCHF. Looking at the GBPCHF. The GBPCHF, like I said, he's looking a bit bullish. He has made a bullish move. He's made a bullish move. If you look to your left, you can see this area now is where price is currently trying to get above. So if we go to our intraday chart on the GBPUSD, GBPCHF, this looks like a double bottom here. It pulled up, tested here, moved up, pulled back, and seems to like tested this area. So now it is below this resistance level. One thing with this pair is just to wait for a pullback. If any of this level holds as upon a retest, then you may engage a long position. That's just the scenario on this pair for now. This is a double bottom. This is a double bottom at this area for now. So this pair, if you get a bit of a pullback into any of these zones, because for now he's at a resistance. So you just need to wait for pullback, then they move higher. You can see it would move up, drop, move up, drop, move up, drop, then before moving up again. So that's just it for the GBPCHF. The next pair we'll be looking at is the AUDUSD. If you look at the AUDUSD, it's still sitting above this area. I can see it's just consolidating, it's springing, which means that it might be moved in either direction, might be big. But there's one thing to bear in mind, that it is still sitting at this long-term trend line. There's a trend line running from this point to this point here. So if we go to our intraday chart on the AUDUSD, you can see, so basically This is a stop range, this is his bottom range. That's how you play it. You just don't do anything different. If it gets to this top area and gives you a resistance, a bearish formation, you take a short position. If it gets here and gives you a bullish formation, you take a long position. But let us not forget, by 2:30 a.m. local time, monetary policy meeting minutes, this would cause a bit of fireworks on the AUDUSD. So you do not want to have an overnight position on this pair or any of the crosses. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USDJPY. Looking at the USDJPY from the daily point of view, this man is still, this level here is still giving them problem. 106.76 is still giving them problem. They've not been able to close above it. You can see that's where he's having a bit of a problem. So if you ask me for this pair, it's more like ranging. As just if you ask me, it's just more like ranging. So the only time this pair will be confirmed bullish is when you get a close above 1.0729 and a retest and it moves higher. That's the only time you can confidently say that this pair is bullish. But for now, it is not bullish. The pair is still looking like a range pair. You can see 1, 2, almost 3 here. So that's just it. You just know where your levels of importance are, then you know where price is in regards to your level of importance. That will give you an edge in making proper informed decisions about your trades. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro Pound, Euro Yen. If you look at the Euro Yen, just basically ranging kind of. Just basically kind of ranging. Little body here, run up here and drop. So let's look at how he's looking like. This man is just not impressive. This is his support area, and this looks like his resistance area. So nothing also so there's just basically no movement here. Basically no movement here. So that's it for this pair. The next pair we'll be looking at is the pound yen. Looking at the pound yen is looking a bit bullish. You can see it's looking a bit bullish. It's looking a bit bullish. And see this reversal formation here, this bullish reversal formation is still standing. So which means that there's a potential that it still might move up, maybe to test this look here. And the next pair is, look at it from a daily point of view and see 129.08. Price used it as support throughout today. Then the top here is resistance. As you can see, it was ranging in between this area. So now, sorry about that. That is that's my hourly chime. Sorry about that. So now this is just a scenario. If price closes above 129.58, it has the next level at 130.05. If 129.08 gives way, then this is a major support. It might most likely bounce from here. So this is just the scenario we have on ground on this pair. So if you look at it, it seems more bullish than the Euro Yen. It seems more bullish than the Euro Yen, and that is as a result of Euro's weakness against the pound. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro AUD. Looking at the Euro AUD from the daily point of view, well, still seems a bit bullish. We could say this is a pullback in this uptrend. But we need to look at it intraday to find out what we have. So basically, this neckline here, or what you call an apex, has been broken. So price is now retesting it. The question is, will price still stay below it? And one thing with the Euro AUD is that it might retest here and not drop immediately. It might retest it and move up a little bit. It might retest might be a bit deep. Might be a deep retest to probably even this trend line before it starts to drop. And you must also remember the Euro AUD will be affected by the Aussie news by 2:30 a.m. So you need to keep that also at the back of your mind. Looking at the GBPAUD from the daily point of view, well, I wouldn't say this one still seems to be in a downtrend, but it's more like ranging. As you can see, the candles just more like ranging. So if we go down to our intraday chart, we can see this resistance area. Price has not been able to move above it since today. As you can see, price has not been able to move above it since today. So we have this here. So as long as price stays below here, it has a tendency, you may see something like this into here, then you move up. But should you get the move above here, you need to wait for price to then pull back, find support here, and move towards this zone. So that's just the scenario on the GBPAUD. The next pair is the USDCAD. Looking at the USDCAD from a daily point of view, well, you see this formation, it was just a dip and price pulled up bullish again. Remember, it broke out of this range, broke out of there, so most certainly this might be its destination. It's still looking bullish. So we're looking at it now. That's just what we have. We seem to have for the time being. So let me look at this. Sorry about that. What we have now is there seems to be a kind of a trend line. Okay. And see from this high down to this area. As you can see, there's a falling trend line there. And I think there's also a rising support trend line like this. Let me make it here. Yeah. So that's just what you have now. That's just basically what you have on this pair. So if we go down, as you can see, the trend line is holding. This is support. You see, price touched it and immediately took off. So now the scenario is, oh, wow. I didn't love this. Now I've touched it. I can't remember where I looked it out from. So as long as this rising trend line, this rising support trend line holds, price may most likely still come back up. But for now, it's encountering a bit of resistance here. So we might see a bit of a pullback and they move higher. Because if you look at it from the daily, this bearish candle has been fully engulfed by the close of today. So this move down might not still be active, but that will be pending a break. That will be pending the break above this trend line here. There's a trend line, as you can see. The break of this trend line will confirm a move into this upper area. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the GBPCAD. So looking at the GBPCAD, the same thing too. Bullish, creating a structure here. So now he's in a resistance area. If he breaks this falling trend line, he has this area here to take care of, and he has this other area here. So what you'll be waiting for this pair is something like this. If he breaks above, he pull back, and they move here. That's just the scenario on this pair. But if it takes out this trend line, then you know that price may be coming down towards this area here. Excuse me. And you know that price may be coming down towards this area here. That's this zone here. Now that is where price may be coming into on this pair. So that's just about it for. I think what we have here, I think what we most likely have here is, excuse me, I think I have something here. Let me reroute this, something like this. Something like this. Yes, that's why this man bounced. Came into this area. Came into that area and bounced. So that's where he found the support from to move up. So now Question is, he has support here, and he has another support. He's now in resistance. So the best thing is you can't take a trade inside this resistance. You can't buy here, and neither can you sell here, because it might use this lower area as support to move higher. So if you get the close below here, you watch it. If it comes down here and gives you a bullish area, then you can take a long position. But if you ask me, the pair just seems to be kind of like rangy for now. So that is it for today's currency outlook. I thank you all for taking your time out of your busy schedules to attend, and I wish you all a beautiful night's sleep and a lovely trading day ahead. Thank you all for coming.